Some of you who have maids at home, or if you get a maid when you finish this college, you are not going to teach that maid chemistry. You are not going to teach him about viruses and pathogens. You are not going to teach them about coach postulates. Because if they learn about this, they'll be saying, if you say go and cook, you say, oh, you know what, I cooked yesterday. And today, you might as well go and do your own cooking. Because I'm busy reading this wonderful book, about coach postulates, and he says, a virus must be available in sufficient quantities in a diseased person, for it to be blamed for causing a disease. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, white people hid the information about yourself. They didn't want to tell you you were a great person. Let me give you examples of something that you know. You've all read about the Bible, haven't you? Yeah? Now, who wrote the first 5 books of the Bible? Who can tell me? Who wrote the first 5 books of the Bible? Moses wrote the first 5 books of the Bible. We don't know his second name. He had only one name. Unlike you, who have 2 English names and 1 Langi name. What is your name? John James Okecho. Where did you get John from? My parents. Were your parents English? No. Were they Scottish? No. What about your grandmother? No. And your grandfather? No. So where did you get John from? I don't know. Do you have a grandfather? Yes. Did he have a long name? Yes. Why are you not named after his name? I don't know. What does the word John mean? I don't know. Maybe it means a saint somewhere. Do you know what the word John means? The word John is an English word that means toilet. Yes. Toilet. So one way of introducing yourself, if you are John Okello, is to say, my name is Toilet Okello. If you go and look at the Oxford English Dictionary and look at what they call the etymology of the word or the origin of the word John, you will find in English it is a toilet. In fact, in English, in England, if you say I want to go to the toilet, you don't say I want to go to the toilet. You say I want to go to John's. I know I can hear the Johns laughing, Hey, don't tell the teacher if it is called John. Don't tell him that I said this. You just keep quiet, and say, yes, Mr. Jones, yeah? I could go on with other names. Like the name Peter means somebody who has lost his power, diminished. Peter. But that is, you can find out. You can go and find out these ridiculous names. And then I dare to ask yourself a question. Why do you name yourself after white people? Why? Are they your uncles? Are they your cousins? Are they your relatives? Are they, what is it? Will you inherit from them? If my son called himself a name, say if he called himself Eugenia or some of these silly names like Pancracio. Now Pancracio, you don't know, this is a bicycle, Pancracio, or Josephine, jaws, it's like a fish has got jaws, and then it has got fin. So, is this person a fish and but if you called yourself Eugenia, and you say, Daddy, when you die, what will I inherit? I say, no, you inherit from Eugenia. You won't inherit from me. You inherit from the person you name yourself after. Because you should name yourself after your uncle, your father. Because every time I call your father's name, your father lives. You should name yourself after your mother, after your great auntie. But black people, of course, have no confidence. They think there is nothing significant about their auntie to be named after. You can see when black people quote, when they are quoting somebody, They say, Winston Churchill said, Uganda is the power of Africa. What did your uncle say? You don't have an uncle in the village who has ever said anything. Why do you remember what Churchill said? Eh? Power of Africa. Who of you knows what a power is? Put up your hand if you know what a power is. Uganda, yes, you know. You are Nerda, you are a wise man. But I'm talking about you, Jire. Oh, Uganda, the power of Africa shall rise and shine again. How does a power rise? Does a power have life? Huh? It doesn't. The power is like a bead you wear around your neck. How can you say, how can you call a country a bead for people to come and wear and throw away and use so that they can be beautiful, not you can be beautiful? Yeah? So we quote Churchill because Churchill said something, some white man. If a white man says something, then it is important. That is why we quote white people. That's why we name ourselves after white people, because we are not confident enough to name ourselves after our own fathers and our own villages and our own cultures. A name identifies you with your land, your language, your history, and your culture. So, when you said that Moses wrote the first 5 books of the Bible, and I am here to tell you that actually, when I look at the record of the Moses of the Bible, Moses was actually born in Langu. He was a Langi, according to the Bible. Who said no? Somebody said no. Be courageous. One day you said I stood up and challenged Kiurankuba when he said Moses was a Langi. I refused. Stand up and say it, that no. And then tell me why. Because you're a scientist. In science, you can say anything as long as you can prove it. Do you understand that as scientists? So, if you're a scientist, you look for science. Yeah? And you know what science is? Science is a phenomenon that is provable, number 1. Number 2, it is subject to experimentation. Number 3, if that experimentation is carried out in the same environment, you will achieve the same results. So, science is not belief. Belief is the absence of fact. Belief is the absence of fact. I don't say, I believe black people were the first people to populate the world. No. I know black people were the first people to populate the world because I can prove it. Do you understand that? You not only need to understand, but also overstand. Because maybe if you understand, you remain under. You need to come up, yeah? And overstand. So, here we go. Gregory Mendel is the father of genetics. If you study genetics, you are studying the science of Gregory Mendel. And that science of Gregory Mendel is about recessive genes and dominant genes. It's about genes. It is about what produces what. If you have a child with a white person and the child is born here, at birth the child will have less white genes and more black genes. As the sun hits this child, the body will begin to produce more melanin and the child will begin to darken down. The nose will become wider, taking more hot air. You know, the eyes will adjust and the hair will become good, just like these sisters. This is known in biology as phenotype adaptation. Phenotype, you know, the core and response of the environment. You react to the environment. But for you to react to the environment, you must have melanin. Because if you don't have melanin, you can get cancer. So that is the phenotype adaptation. It means that you who has melanin is the most incredible, most powerful thing that you can have. You have no idea what melanin is, what being black means, what having black skin is. So there is nothing more beautiful than being a black person. Nothing more powerful than being a black person. There is nothing more beautiful. Listen to me. White people, you know, most of the time, as black people, we hate ourselves. And unless we deal with that hatred among us black people, we cannot achieve anything. You can't become a scientist, you can't become a historian, you can't become successful, you can become only successful to a limit. where everybody is trying to put you down. But why do we hate ourselves? Because we were told in the Bible that we were cursed. Haven't you heard that? The curse of Ham? That we were cursed are the sons of Ham. And yet, cursed in the Bible, Noah, who was a drunkard, cursed Canaan. He didn't curse, he cursed one son of black people, but not all. Because Noah was also a black person, according to the Bible. And, hopefully we'll come, and cover this. So, we hate ourselves. And even in everyday language, if I want to cheat you, I blackmail you. If I want to put you on a bad list, I'll blacklist you in a what book? In a black book. Haven't you heard that? That will put you in a black book. Teachers used to have black books. Do they still have them? Yeah? Change their name. Call them white books or, danger books. Now, if it is a bad spot on the road, it is called a what spot on the road? A black spot. If it is a bad trading day, it is called a black day. If it is in a legal market, it is called a what market? A black market. Which means if there are black people in the market, then the market is illegal. You are not supposed to trade. Yeah? As long as you see black people, it's illegal. So, we wear black for funerals. And when we wear mosquito nets for weddings, what color are they? Hey, you have not seen the wedding dresses. What do you think they make them out of? Mosquito net, except there are many of them piled together. So stay away from them when you get married. Huh? Don't go and get a mosquito net and then they have a long one so that when it's walking, it keeps cleaning the street. Yeah? I don't know why they do such a thing. So, when you wear white for weddings and you wear what color for funerals? Black. Now, in your homes, the pictures of God that you have is what color? Be honest. What color are the pictures on the wall in your homes? White. And what color then is the devil? So if I kill all of you, I have fought the devil, won't I? Is that not, doesn't it make sense? If I am a Christian, and they say onward Christian soldiers, if I am a soldier of Christ, my job is to fight the devil. What does the devil look like? Isn't it black? When you go in a military college, the sabao, when you are learning how to shoot, the target practice is what kind of head? It's a black head. So it is no wonder that black people hate themselves. Because every time you see God, you are not thinking of your sister or your mother or your uncle. You are not thinking of Kiurankuba as looking like God. No. You are thinking that somebody else, not you, looks like God and you look like the devil. And most of the time, if I look like the devil, I am told I'm a devil, then I act like a devil. I don't want to disappoint people. People thinking that, I'm a wonderful person. Let me try to live up to the part. That's what psychology says. So, if you read in a sacred text and it says that you are created in the image of God and in the likeness of God, it means God is what color? Black. And anytime anybody gives you a God who doesn't look like you, you give him that God back. You say, you know what? Yeah, your God looks okay, but just take him. I am telling you that in ancient time, the only people who are on earth were you and your ancestors. You. And you are also the people of the scriptures. All scripture, be it the Rigvit Veda, the Namapali, the Peremperu, the Papyrus of Ani, the Papyrus of Hunefa, the Quran, the Bible, the Book of Zoroaster, the Epic of Gilgamesh, is all about black people. Black people. But I know you have not heard about this information. Why? Because when white people colonize the world, they also colonize the information about the world.